So the 49ers are in a really sticky situation right now. They're coming off of 2 straight losses, and Brock Purdy's obviously hurt now. So Sam Darnold's about to suit up again. You wouldn't air your Purdy for Cousins take on here. But the 49ers are serious about winning a Super Bowl. Is it time for them to look for another quarterback, or should they stick this Sam Darnold thing out? What should they do? It seems like they're always looking for the fast and cheap option.
Okay, so a couple things. First of all, fair is fair. I should note that we now have real evidence Brock Purdy suffered. Did you see the play, DeMonte? They think Purdy suffered his concussion.
Got his concussion? I have not seen it.
It was the tush push that they tried. He just gets annihilated on the tush push.
Somebody came straight at his helmet?
And yes, I mean, it's bad. First, so like, maybe the NFL is going to ban the tush push for actual health and safety reasons because no one can do it without getting players maimed but the Eagles. But also, listen, fair is fair. Both of his interceptions, DeMonte, came after that play.
Right.
So I have been very consistent on what I think of Purdy. And yes, his performance at the end of that game confirmed a lot of what I had been saying, but I've got to with new information, you can have new opinions. My overall opinion of him doesn't change, but I give him a little more of a, I don't want to say pass, but it's a little more understandable. But the concussions are also so weird in this regard. He showed no ill effects after the play as far as like stumbling anything. At the post-game press conference, he seemed totally fine. And then symptoms onset on the flight home. So, it's a week. I don't understand concussions. I don't know. I don't understand concussion science at all. But, so they are now going to go to Sam Darnold. And my guess is he's going to look a lot like Purdy looks. Guys are going to run open. He's going to be fine. And the Niners offense is going to move. And folks I do wonder if that then happens. And listen, Darnold is worse than Purdy. Darnold is a bad player. So I don't think they'll look as good as they did with Purdy. But I don't think it'll be this massive, massive drop-off. And I do wonder if Darnold plays a good game and they win, are all of a sudden going to be like, Sam Darnold must be good, or if people might come around slightly to my line of thinking. Now, I did say Purdy for Cousins, who says no, with the argument being Cousins can leave Minnesota this offseason and they get nothing back for him, and they don't have a contingency plan or like an heir apparent at quarterback. Right now, their backup quarterback is a 5th-round rookie, Jalen Hall. Jalen Heron, I transposed his name. Jaren Hall. So having Purdy with a couple years left for free to have a look at him for the rest of this year might be interesting for them. And for the Niners, I think they'd become the Super Bowl favorites. Because here's the reality of the Kyle Shanahan 49ers. DeMonte, 36 times in his coaching career with the Niners, they have trailed in the fourth quarter by 8 or more. How many of those games do you think they've won? How many times did they have a legitimate fourth quarter comeback? That is across all the quarterbacks he's had. 36 times they have trailed in the fourth quarter by 8 or more. How many of those games have they won? Give it a guess.
0. 1.
0. 0 is correct. So when your team is built around the idea of we can work around our quarterback's limitations, when that hasn't worked through 3 quarters and you need to, you need someone to go out there and make plays on their own, they're 0 for 36 in that happening. And if people are like, oh, well, Nick, games, if they're down 4 and then a team scores a touchdown late fourth quarter, of course they're not coming back. They're 0 for 26 in games when headed into the fourth quarter. They're down 8 or more. So they just can't come back on people. And so they do need an upgrade at that spot. Cousins would do it, but I don't think the Vikings are trading him. Hey, thanks for watching.
Hit the subscribe button to get more from the show, and make sure to click the bell to get notified every time new content drops. Check out full episodes of What's Right wherever you get your podcasts, or just click the link in the description below.